And the new, of course, home of Address for the Truth. We want to buckle down right now and discuss pertinent issues as far as the state of a nation is concerned. And just to remind us as well, in a historic show of political unity, President William Ruto and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga signed a landmark memorandum of understanding aimed at addressing Kenya's long-standing social, economic and political challenges. Now, central to the agreement was a shared commitment to building a broad-based, inclusive government and upholding constitutional rights, particularly the right to peaceful assembly. The Memorandum of Understanding granted amnesty to individuals charged during past protest and pledged compensation for victims of state excesses, signaling a significant shift in Kenya's approach to governance and justice. But in the slow pull of time, critical questions remain. Has the Memorandum of Understanding lived up to its promise? Are victims of protest-related violence receiving justice and compensation? Has the spirit of inclusivity translated into real political reforms and broader representation in government? And most importantly, is the implementation of the MOU on track, or has political goodwill stalled under competing interests? These are some of the probing questions that we want to drill deeper and ask our panelists to just engage with this evening. And we have them here with us. I want just to introduce them right now. I know some of them, they've had a long day in the National Assembly and the Senate as well. Just looking also at Senator Okong'o Omogeni coming from Nyamira. He's been in the Senate and now you are in the show. Wow, it's a long day as well. Dr. Nyikal, good to see you. You were out of the country last week, you're back. Good to see you as well. And for the long time also, we haven't seen Honorable Peter Kaluma. Thank you for joining us as well. You've been presiding also over the National Assembly's engagement today. We want to thank you so much. And the man with the fedora, Tony Gashoka, thank you for joining us. It's been a while since I saw you in person. They always say that we always see the soft copy. Now today we are seeing the hard copy. Jambo, thank you for joining us. Tony Gashoka is the Nairobi gubernatorial aspirant. Gentlemen, welcome to the program. Let's just get down to stacks and first of all, just hear from you as well. We can begin with you, Senator Okong'o Omogeni, coming from, of course, Nyamira. Earlier on, I saw some clips of you attending a funeral. Briefly, you can tell us, I think this was the accident that happened to some of, there was a tragic road accident in Nyamira. You can tell us more about that briefly. Yeah, yes. Good evening.
Yeah, I was on the border of North Mogirango, Borabu, attending the funeral of Joseph Momanyi, one of the accident victims, the accident that took place at Kijauri. Mm-hmm. That is a market between Sotik and Keroka. We lost 8 lives, so today we are burying the young man left behind, a widow, and 2 young boys. So I went to say pole to the family and to empathize with them and pass my message of condolences. Yeah, that has been a black spot for a while. You remember we had CS roads in SIGNET, I think last week, and I was making an appeal to him to try and build a climbing lane. Because it's a fairly steep downhill road from both sides. And you know, just last year again, we had a similar occurrence. We lost 3 people, and this has been recurring. So I was saying, you know, a government should care for its people. If you leave our roads to consume all your citizens, who gonna vote for you, or who are you leading? And he promised that the government will try and intervene and do an extra lane that will act as a climbing lane. But I ran into very rough crowds. When I was telling them that the CS promised that the government will do something, they said, that president who always tells people lies. You know, I mean, that's where we have reached. I think the president should try and be in touch with the people to understand how people perceive him, how people regard him, how people take anything you seem to convey that it's a message from the government. But it was a very sad occasion, and it's a young life that we really ought not to have lost were it not for that accident. In fact, there is even a more sorrowful one on Friday at Tinderet in Borabu, where a mother who is very elderly, 87, lost only 2 sons who have been taking care of him. They both perished in that accident. They had just parked on the roadside. Their spouses were buying some things from the market, and they were crushed. They died on the spot, and they've just gone. So we are also burying them on Friday. And in all this, I've not seen any assistance or even a message of condolences from the government of the day. This has been left to us and the community to deal with. You lose 8 lives, but the government is unmoved.